disorganized is where I am. Okay. Reverend Freeman, who is not here. And then we have Abdul, thank you, Salome. And Michael Brown.
Here.
Ann Hines Silvis. Chris Diana.
Here.
Patty Jones.
Here.
And Darius White.
We have a quorum, so I would like to ask for approval and discussion of our minutes from our last meeting, which was October 22nd. And we have the minutes in the packet. So do I hear a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion? So we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as written. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The motion carries and the minutes of October 22nd are approved. Are there any additions to the agenda for this evening? Nope. All right. Continuing on. Is there public input that we had? Now, is this the public input that is in person, or is this public input that was contributed, like via email, or either?
Either one.
Okay, either, okay. We used to have those separated out,
Yeah.
and I always got them mixed up, which was supposed to be part of the meeting. So, let's move on to presentations, and the presentations we have staff.
Okay, I included my staff briefing in the December 13th report, and the only addition that I have to that is that we are currently working on our consolidated plan, our 5-year plan, as well as our annual action plan. And I'll let Lissa give her update. So if anybody had any questions on anything we contributed, it's mostly just research and writing at this point.
We are beginning to start for next year's consolidated social service funding. And if anyone would like to be a part of that committee, let us know. Anyone from the commission would like to be a part. We only need one person if anyone's interested. And our brief outline would be on the 13th, we will go to the town board and review last year's process. We'll do last year's process and kind of talk about what happened then, and then tell them our plans for next year's process, which we don't have too many changes. And then the 14th through the 24th will be outreach to agencies. And on the 28th is our next meeting, and we will ask you guys for CDBG priorities. And then the 30th and the 5th of February, we'll have 2 application workshops, and agencies who want to apply have to attend at least one. And technical assistance will be provided again this year. Last year we didn't have too many people who took advantage of that, who maybe would have benefited and had stronger applications. And I met with them after and kind of suggested that for this year. And then on the 28th, we'll have applications due. And then if anyone would like to be involved, we'll review applications and make funding recommendations the first week of March. And then in April, we'll go to town board and city council and ask for their recommendations for funding and final decisions.
So do you want to send a note to the entire commission to see if anybody would like to help in that process to catch those who aren't here?
Yeah, we can do that.
Did you have participation last year from someone on the commission?
No, we had a city council member.
You had a city council. So do you need someone from the commission?
We don't need someone,
Correct.
but if anyone would like to be part of that
Okay.
process.
Okay.
Because I know in previous meetings, we talked about wanting to have more involvement opportunities.
Yeah.
And when is this?
This will be mostly throughout the beginning of March is when we'll start really reviewing applications. And we do our meetings during the daytime. We'll try to accommodate lunch hours and things like that if possible.
So a note to everybody with that schedule probably will help them decide if they can participate.
Yeah, so I'll send up a follow email on that.
Okay, thank you. Anything else regarding the staff report? Thank you. So now we're on to old business, and the first item under old business is this change to the commission bylaws. And we discussed, I think the major change that we discussed was actually articulated in the minutes from October 22nd, and that is the number of commissioners that we have on the commission. So thank you, Sheila, for outlining the options, and the options are, as described, they're continuing the way we have, where we can have 9 members, but we are operating with 7, or change the bylaws to state that we have 7 active members, or try to recruit 2 more individuals and operate with 9. So I think those are basically the 3 choices, and we discussed those at some length at our last meeting, but didn't come to a decision about what we would like to recommend. So those are our 3 options, and so I'm wondering if there's more discussion, or if there's a proposal and a motion to make a choice among those 3 options.
I guess I just haven't heard anything that makes me think any change is needed. I haven't heard that argument. I haven't been persuaded to do anything. So that's kind of where I stand.
Yeah, I agree that we can just continue to operate as we have.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll choose the if it ain't broke, we don't need to fix it option. So that means that, I guess that's option 1, Sheila, continue with the bylaw stating the commission can have 9 members, but the commission can continue to operate with 7. So, all right, so we've made that decision. Thank you very much.
So do we have to vote on? She's not changing it.
Yeah, that's the way it's currently outlined in the bylaws, and so I think we can just leave it as it is. We don't have to vote or make any change. So the next item under old business is the annual meeting review. And do you guys want to give a background on that?
Yes, so what I passed out is this printed up paper of meeting dates for this upcoming year, because we do need to publish those, and we wanted to run that by everybody.
Most are the fourth Tuesday, with the exception of Thanksgiving and Christmas, November and December again, and then we just backed it up a week. So. if we-
So these dates are consistent with our usual meeting times for the most part. And I think it's really helpful that you send the reminder, I don't know when you send it, like the end of the week prior to the meeting, which I think is very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been typically Thursday, sometimes maybe Friday.
Yeah, it's nice to get that reminder. Okay, so thank you for providing that whole list, that's good. And then we'll move on to the action item for this evening, and that is the ordinance authorizing the sale of real estate, and we have the background on that. So Sheila, do you want to go through that, or Alyssa?
So the city acquired 1407 Beslin through the Abandoned Properties Program, which is funded by the state of Illinois. And with that program, we don't have to hang on to it for a certain period of time. Our goal is to provide affordable housing. That particular block on Beslin currently has 4 fairly new Habitat homes. Habitat reached out, said they had a buyer interested in the lot, and asked if we would transfer the lot to them. And so we felt like it was consistent with the use and seemed like a good reuse of the property. And I do believe you have a buyer that is interested. So once it transfers, then they'll sign the agreement to purchase the property.
Okay, so you're asking us to make a recommendation to council along the lines of those two options you have on page 2.
Mhm.
So authorizing the sale with a recommendation for approval or suggesting changes.
Mhm.
So is there a motion
I move.
for
Second.
which one?
I'm sorry.
For the first one?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a second?
Second.
Second, okay. Is there a discussion?
And Michelle Stallmeyer from Habitat is here if you have any questions of her.
So we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for the vote to, for the motion, which is option 1, to forward the ordinance authorizing the sale with a recommendation for approval, and that will go to council. So all in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and the motion carries. Thank you. Okay, so is there any other business before the commission this evening?
We do have a couple of other items. There will be a January 28th meeting. We've got some business that we do need to bring forward for your review and comments, approval, denial. And then the city clerk's office, along with the mayor's office, is doing a board and commission training on January 30th. And they've encouraged, especially the chair and vice chair, but anybody is welcome to come to that meeting. And so we will have more information and be sending out to the group as a whole. But again, I think Ann and Chris, it's critical. The rest of you, hopefully it fits in your schedule and you'll be able to come. They're going to focus on the Robert Rules of Order and, you know, kind of some of those basics. It's been a while since they've had a training, I think. It's an evening. Mhm. I'm thinking 6, but,
I think 6 sounds right to me.
yeah.
And you said that was the 30th?
It's, I think it's a 5th Thursday, so there isn't a conflict with any meetings, so whatever that date happens to be.
I may be in Texas that week.
Oh, darn.
If not, though, we'll put it on the calendar.
Thank you for offering that. I think that'll be good.
Mhm.
So the only other thing is, are there any other questions for Michelle since she's here? No? Well, having exhausted any other items for us to address? Okay. Having exhausted the items on the agenda, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.